Okay, it looks like we are live. I'm about 2 minutes late. I was scrambling to get here on time. I was with a buddy of mine, and he didn't get me back here until about 15 minutes ago. Then I had to do some things. I had to create the thumbnail. I had to get the stream set up, and that's how it goes. So we're 2 minutes late, and we're going to talk about the perfect three-watch combo. Three-watch combo. Let me see if I can pull up the thumbnail here. See if this will work. So if I want to share, let's see here, present, share screen. I want to do a window. I want to do this window right here. Bam. And that is the thumbnail for this particular video. And you can see starting on the left, we have the gold GMT Master. In the middle, we have the 18 karat gold dress watch Grand Seiko, of course, spring drive, 10 millimeters thick, 38.5 millimeters. And then we have the diver's watch to the right of that, the 231 titanium diver's watch. And I think you can make a legit argument that this could be the perfect three-watch combo. The perfect three-watch combo. So that's what we're going to talk about. Lost Spring Bar is in the house, and he says 3 watches is too many. You know, you could make an argument that that's the case, and we'll talk about that. Well, actually, I'm going to actually talk about 4 watches, tell you the truth. So thoughts on the new Land Dweller from Rolex. I'm not a fan. I'm sure you won't be either. Haven't seen it yet. Maybe you can send me a photo. We'll take a look at it together. Not familiar with it. But I do want to tell you, I have a new system here. Let's get the InstaLink 360 software up. I bought one of these cameras, one of these InstaLink 360 cameras, and it allows me to change camera angles. Let me do this here. Let me click on this one. There's a camera shot. There's a slightly different camera shot. There's another shot that's pivoted around showing you the kitchen area here. And then let me see what else I can show you. That's a close-up of me with my 002 stunner on wrist. Then I go to this one, a little bit wider shot. And then this one here is the ceiling. I'm showing you the ceiling. And then this one here pivots around to the salon area of the coach. And then this one is showing you the couch with a bunch of junk on it. And this one brings it around to here, showing the headroom over top of me. And then I go back to this shot here for my main shot. What do you guys think about that? The camera is on a swivel, on a gimbal. Okay, so I can move it around. What do you think about that? Let's see here. Craig, I sent over the Land Dweller via email. Okay, we will take a look. We will take a look at that. Let me see what I can do here. See what I can do. Got a bunch of windows open here. Still getting acclimated to my my setup here in the coach. Let's go into the email real quick. And let's pull this image up. Okay. Whoops. Oh, that's ugly. All right, we'll show it. We will show it. So we're going to remove this. And let's see, stop sharing that. Present. Share screen. Inbox, Gmail. No, that's not what I want to show. Maybe this. Yeah, that's what I want to show. So we're going to share that. And okay, so I hate an integrated bracelet. Never liked it. Never was a fan. If you have a problem with the bracelet, it's a problem. Okay. If you have a problem with a non-integrated bracelet, you just switch out the bracelet with another bracelet. it's not a big problem. With an integrated bracelet, it can be a big problem. That's how I had the failure on my first cool watch that I liked, which was a Seiko Bellamatic back in 1972. I loved that watch, but it had an integrated bracelet, and the bracelet finally gave trouble, and there was no easy fix. There was no easy fix. So no, not a fan whatsoever of that watch. The bracelet would kill it for me. The integral bracelet on any watch is a no-fly zone because it's integral with the case. Okay, it's designed into the case so that you can't just take that off and put a leather strap on or put another bracelet on easily. It's a cluster, you know what, and it's ugly too. It's not attractive. And people pay a lot of money for some of these watches that have the integral bracelets these days. And again, I don't know if it's mass hysteria or what's going on, but look at these watches, okay? Let me take you through these watches one at a time. See if it'll focus on that. Focus. There we go. Notice that watch. Notice that it does not have, oh, come on, focus on the watch. Notice that it does not have an integral bracelet. Notice that. Okay. All right. Now let's look at another watch here. See if we can get it to focus on this one. Notice that no integral bracelet. Notice that. Okay. No integral bracelet. All right, let's take a third one here. Another watch. Notice that. No integral bracelet. No integral bracelet. All of the watches that I just showed you are gorgeous watches that you would want to wear. Okay. Lost Spring Bar. I currently have 2 watches, Panda Daytona and No Time to Die 007 Seamaster. That's not good. You don't have a gold stunner. A gentleman always has to have an 18-karat yellow gold stunner. And that's what a gentleman should wear most of the time, tell you the truth. Okay. The gold Bruce Wayne is amazing. That was a nice pickup, Craig. But now you should wear it every day and ditch the GS. I've been wearing it a ton. The only reason I'm wearing the 002 today, it's hot down here in Florida, and I normally wouldn't be wearing this, but a buddy of mine, I went over and I visited him the other day, and he went ape, you know what, when he saw the GMT. And I took it off and he held, oh, it's so heavy, it's so nice and all, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He went ape, you know what. And so I wanted to test. I figured I'd wear this one. I went over to visit him today, and you know, we had some pizza and some shrimp and had a good time laughing, talking, old times. And why is my camera going crazy? Well, that's interesting. Oh, I gave it the hand signal to be automatic accidentally. It's got hand signals can make this camera do things, and I just gave it a hand signal. Anyway, I said I'd wear this one over and see what happened. And he also went ape bananas over this one. And I took it off and he examined it real close. He's a gun dealer and he knows quality when he sees it. And he can pick up on quality items. He's not a watch guy, but he's a gun guy and he can pick up on quality when he sees it. And so I took this one off and he examined it and all, looked it all over and looked at the back and everything. And he loved this one also. So, so yeah, but he's seen this watch a million times and he's never reacted to it. He's only reacted to the gold watches. Okay. So he's not a watch guy. So that should tell you something. Now, hopefully Kyle's going to pop in. Let me see what's going on with Kyle. Awesome. I'll be there. I don't think I can call in. Oh, okay. So he's not going to call in. So he's maybe going to watch a little bit, but he's not going to call in. So anyway, for those of you that don't understand or don't remember the situation, I was very pleased with a 2-watch rotation with this titanium stunner and the 002. So the 002 for dress or dress casual, and then this for any heavy duty, robust situations. Very happy with those two. And then Brianna said, oh, let me switch this camera angle back to the other camera angle. See if it, and now hopefully I won't give it a hand signal and it won't switch automatically. So anyway, then Brianna said that she really wasn't wearing the 038 anymore. And so she gave it back to me to do with what I choose. And I like it. It's a grab and go watch. It's always running. Don't have to set it. It's comfortable on wrist. It's just a neat little watch and looks good on the wrist. So I got that kind of by default, right? Didn't search it out. Didn't, just dropped in my lap. 18 karat gold with a 9F movement. So then we were talking on one of the live streams and Bitcoin was around 16,000. And I said, listen, I'm going to get an extra Bitcoin. Oh, I just gave the camera the signal again. This is going to be a problem. Anyway, I gave myself a challenge. I got to fix that. We can't have this thing breathing like this. I wonder if I can turn off the hand gestures. Let me look here. Settings, head, enable auto tracking. Okay, I'm turn that off. Tap the touch one to enter. I'm going to turn that off. Maybe that smart composition, turn that off. Okay, maybe that'll solve that problem. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it's not doing it now. All right, so back to my story. So anyway, Bitcoin hit about 16,000. And I said, everybody's talking about it's going to zero and all this, it's over. That was close to the bottom of this last 4-year cycle. And everybody was panicking and so forth. And I said, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to buy an extra Bitcoin, an extra one, and set it off to the side. And then when it hits 100,000, I'm going to sell it and I'm going to buy, oh, shoot, it's doing it again. So I didn't disable that. How do I disable that auto function? I'm just learning how to use this new camera, and this is a train wreck so far. So effects, maybe under effects, gesture, auto. Let's see, effects. Where is the? I don't see it. Where's the gestures? AI tracking. Oh, maybe I turn that off. Okay, maybe it's off now. View, go to 1. Okay, maybe it's off. We'll see. I'll keep doing my hand gestures and we'll see what happens. Anyway, I said I would buy an extra Bitcoin, and when it hit 100,000, I would sell it, and I would buy an LS 430 Lexus sedan in mint condition, and I would buy a gold GMT, the gold GMT, because we had been talking about the gold GMT as a stunner, 18 karat yellow gold stunner. And so that's what I did. I got the Bitcoin. When it hit 100,000, I sold it. And then I told my AD, I said, okay, I'm ready to go. And it took her a couple of months before she came up with the watch. Oh, darn it, it's doing it again. Christ's sake. Okay, I got to figure this out. But anyway, so that's how I ended up with the GMT. Let me put the GMT on. That's how I ended up with the GMT, was sort of like on a bet type of thing, kind of like a thing, right? So really, if you think about it, it didn't really cost me anything. It's pure profit on the Bitcoin. So I really, in effect, got this watch for free. So, and it's a great watch to wear in Florida when it's hot and you are sweating more than normal. It is a good watch to wear. I use this as my beater watch down here. When I'm working out at the gym or playing beach volleyball, I wear it a lot. Also wear this one a lot in the same scenarios, but I kind of split the time. In the morning, I do morning volleyball with this, and then I come back for lunch. And then after lunch, I go and I play afternoon volleyball, and I'm wearing this watch then. And then I go to the gym after that and work out, and I'm wearing this watch at the gym. So kind of like the day is kind of split between this watch and this watch, and they both keep running great with that routine because both, I'm very active with both. So they, they wind up fine. Let's see. Oh, we got to catch up on the comments here. Bitcoin is going to zero. Time to invest. Yeah, right. Okay. Craig has a Rolex and a pair of GS. What should he do with the GS? Let's see. Craig, please give those GS to your gardeners before they get deported back to Mexico. Life is too short to wear crappy Japanese watches. Wear Rolex. Okay. And the GMT is the best watch you've ever owned, Craig. The problem is it's not as accurate as my spring drives. That's the only issue with it. It's just not as accurate. I like everything else about it. If it was a spring drive, it would be perfect. It really would. And we talked about how the tint of the yellow gold is a little bit off. We talked about that last week. That would be kind of nice if that wasn't a little bit off. Let's see. Craig, are you putting in for MAD 2 so much better than, I don't know what MAD 2 is, so much better than any just, not sure what that is. All right, how can I figure out how to fix this situation with the camera? Okay, so this is the view I want, and I want it manually to stay on that. I don't want it going to other things. Tracking speed, ordinary. Enable auto tracking, that's turned off. Tap the touch once, okay. AI tracking is turned off. I don't understand why it tracked even though I turned that off. Effects, exposure auto, autofocus auto, that's fine. White balance auto, brightness 50%. Let me turn up the brightness. That's okay. Contrast, HDR. I don't know if that works now. Let's try it. I don't know if that's doing anything or not. Auto flicker. All right. I don't know. I don't know why this thing just unilaterally does what it wants to do, but that's just the way it is. Okay. What's a MAD 2? Okay, I'll pull up a MAD 2. See if I can find it here. MAD 2. Madison Square Garden 2025 MAD 2. What it yeah, here's some ugly watch that's a MAD 2. Let me see if I can share this. Stop sharing screen, present, share screen, window, here. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. It's ugly. Ugly watch. Ugly watch. We don't do the ugly watch thing here. Kyle's in the house, says, hey guys. Jason has the sweet new MAD 1S What's happening, Kyle? Okay, so Kyle, we're talking about the perfect 3-watch combo, the perfect 3-watch combo meal deal. The GMT, the 231, and the 002, and the 002 dress watch. We're talking about these three. How can I get that? Oh, it's upside down, for crying out loud. Focus on that. Okay. Okay. Set this over here. Put this here. Then we'll do a close up on this one. Let's see here. Oh, and by the way, some idiot. They're like, be careful when you set the watch down. Don't set it down like this, right? You'll scratch the underside of the case. You'll scratch the underside of the case. Oh my gosh, you'll put a scratch on it. It'll hurt the resale value. I'm like, you're worried about the resale value of your watch? For God's sakes, man. I think that's hilarious. Let's see, date, Calatrava, and a sub. It would have to be an 18 karat yellow gold sub. But the Calatrava, I'm not a fan of. The winding stem on it looks too small and wimpy. I would much rather have the 002. It's a much more attractive watch and more accurate, and comes standard with the deployant clasp. It's not an option. Let's see. Pretty good combo, but you may need the GMT and 002, but the 231 is a good option as a backup. The 231 is just robust as all get out. I mean, you talk about a watch you can't hurt. I mean, this GMT is also extremely robust, but the titanium is just an amazing material. This particular alloy of titanium, not just any titanium. I like Sammy's combo too. Craig, have you used the gold GS to butter your bread because it melts so easily? That's the other thing. These people, I really triggered some of these people when I shared pictures of the of me working out with the here, let me put this on the stage. with me working out, and I shared the pictures of the scratches on the clasp. See the scratches on the clasp? Oh my God, you've only had it a month and it's already got scratches on the clasp. What are you going to do? Are you going to send it out and have it polished? What are you going to do? I'm like, I'm serious. There were actually comments like that. Am I the only one that thinks that's absolutely hilarious? A heavy duty sport watch that I'm actually using and not just keeping it in the box for occasional social media pictures, and they get all bent out of shape. Let's see, that Calatrava, anything GS has ever made. I don't know. I don't know about that, except maybe when the 231 went back to GS because it broke. Look at that patina on the class. Look at her. Yeah, I mean, they're like, oh my God, you actually bought the watch to wear it, and you're oh my God, you're going to the gym and working out and you're wearing that watch. What are you doing? I mean, and then I posted another post. That's when I did the second post with the clasp and the scratches and everything, because I figured I'd trigger them even more. The box watch crowd. All the watches that they share on social media, all the pictures, almost every one of them, the watch is like mint. There's not a spot on the watch. I mean, it's just the watch is just like it came out of the box, because it probably did just come out of the box. And then the photos were taken and then it went right back in the box. Let's see. The GMT will look great with some scratches on it. Every gold watch looks great with scratches or without scratches. That's the beauty of a gold watch. A gold watch, there's something special about the look of a gold watch. The more use it gets, it actually gets more attractive. It's like that, the picture of Robert Culp. Let me pull that up. Wearing the GMT. The watch just looked eat up with class. Here, I'll share this. Dun, 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 dun. You see how I can do this. Remove this. Present. All right, let me find it. Here it is. Okay, so if you look at this picture, this was a scene from the movie, a Columbo movie with Robert Culp, and he was wearing one of the older GMT Masters, of course, in 18 karat yellow gold, with the Jubilee bracelet. And he wore it in 3 different Columbo episodes. It was his personal watch. It got a lot of use, obviously. And it just looked great. It just looked great. In my experience, the older watch is and the more use it gets, the better it looks. The better it looks. And so, yeah, that's something that's just a feature of an 18 karat yellow gold watch that's not really true with a steel watch. A steel watch, if it gets scratched, it just looks like an old steel scratched up watch. It doesn't look like anything special. But a gold watch with a lot of use is very special because they're rare. They're unusual. They're not, you don't see them every day, right? They're not just a stamped out mass produced thing. Rolex makes a relatively small number of these watches. So that's why they're special. I mean, it's not rocket science. That's why they're special. And this camera is going to keep switching angles no matter what I do. I guess that adds some excitement to the show. Let's see. Fatina ended up doing hardcore Pilates workouts in the bedroom with a fine Latina. That's close. Yeah. That does look great. And so, yeah, I mean, I got back from volleyball the other day, and it was a heavy duty match. We were playing. We usually play 6-on-6, 6 on one side of net, 6 on the other side of net. Sometimes enough people don't show up. It's like 4-on-5. The other day I was playing, it was 2-on-3. So on my side, there were only 2 of us, and there were 3 on the other side of the net. And this is full size beach volleyball, court or whatever you want to call it. And so we were having to move and really, in some cases, really go down and dig the ball out. And so this thing was covered with sand and stuff. When I got back, I had to clean it up. I just cleaned it up. But yeah, it got some heavy use that day. That's the way it goes sometimes. Let's see. We need to do a 50K sub live stream special. I don't think I have 50K subs. I don't think I do. Let's see. Are you still sending an email notification for the shows? Yes, I emailed it out. You didn't get it? Maybe you're not on the list. As far as I know, I emailed it out. Let us know in the chat if anybody got the email. So yeah. By the way, Kyle, you came after. I don't think you saw the camera angles. Let me show you the camera angles that we have here. We have some camera angles. So there's another shot. There's the kitchen shot, live shot for the kitchen. There is a shot close up of me. There's a slightly wider shot. There's the ceiling. There is part of the salon. There is the couch with a bunch of junk on it. And back to me with some headroom over the top. And then back to the main shot. So I got a new webcam that's got a gimbal, right? That'll spin around and do all that. I normally would hook up the SLR camera, but it's kind of a hassle to use that in here. And like if I'm driving down the road, I got to remember to stash that and all. You know, the fewer things I have to stash if I have to go down the road, the better. I've got a checklist right now of about 20 things I need to do every time I roll out. And the fewer things I have to worry about stashing and securing before I go down the road, the better. Let's see. Let's see. Are you still sending it? How's one getting? Okay, so send me an email, Dur. I'll put my email in the chat. Just send me an email to that email address and I'll add you to the list. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. Hey guys, is a new GS a good buy? I don't like the new GS. I don't like what they're doing to all their new models with these turbocharged engines and all this stuff. It just makes it more complicated. If you're not going to have it outside of the warranty period, then it'd probably be fine. If you're just going to keep it as long as the warranty's covered, you'd be okay. But I wouldn't want to have it after the warranty expires. No, I don't trust those engines they're putting in those newer models. I'd buy a super low mileage, super nice, like 2007 model. I'd get the LX as opposed to the GX myself. That's what I did. I bought the LX. Oh, somebody asked me if I have a picture of somewhere back here, they asked me about a picture of the LS430. I didn't end up buying the LS430. I didn't tell all of that story. I ended up buying the LX470 instead because I needed something I could tow behind the motor coach. And no, Dur, I'm not in a boat. I'm in a Prevost motor coach. I thought you knew that. Let's see here. Yeah, he says, Craig, are you on a yacht? No, I'm in a Prevost, a Marathon Prevost. I'll put up a picture here in a minute of what I'm in. What kind of leather is that couch? I don't know, but it's nice leather. This whole thing is full of leather. There's leather everywhere in this coach. The whole dash and everything is all real leather. Anything you see that could either be vinyl or leather, it's leather. This is all leather. Okay. All of it. They did not skimp on anything. Let's see. What do you think about Subaru? I think Subaru makes some good vehicles. Bought a brand new 2024 Corvette C8 with Lambo doors. Lambo doors? Nice, how is it? I just hate that it's only an automatic. Okay. As well, there's so much technology. They are, I mean, that is a lot of, that's like a supercar. The new Corvette is like a supercar for non-supercar prices. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know why anybody would buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari or any of those. The Corvette is every bit as good, in my opinion, and probably better. And certainly will be cheaper to own and maintain by far. And they probably even have an extended warranty available on them. So that's a hell of a car. If I was a younger guy and I wanted a sports car, I'd probably be what I would get, a brand new Corvette. Or I don't know. I like the Lexus. Is it a LC 500? What's the one the really cool one that's like 100 grand? I forget what it's called. You know the one I'm talking about. That is a freaking sweet ride also. That Lexus. And it's available in a convertible and a coupe. I'd probably get the coupe. Yeah, the LC 500. Yeah, that's it. I'd probably get the coupe personally, but both are fine. And that, I mean, that is a sweet, well-made, just every little attention to detail. It's I gave the hand signal to the camera. Oh, for crying in the sink. It wants to show my hat, my cool hat. That's what it wants to do. The hat that Carlos gave me. That's the one that Carlos gave me. You can grab a used one for 60. Yeah, you can get a bargain on a LC 500. Absolutely, you can. And a lot of those are going to be garage kept, just super nice cars that weren't dogged. You know, you're going to be able to find one of those that wasn't dogged. And if it's got the original tires on it, you'll be able to tell just by examining the tires, you know, how much it's been dogged. So that's the thing you want to do. Buy a garage kept one owner car with original tires. And okay, let me show a picture before I forget of the coach, because Durr is acting like he didn't see the coach. How can I get out of this? Okay. Let's see, Marathon. Prevo. Here we go. All right. And let me share this one. Remove that. Stop sharing. Present. Screen. Here we go. Share. Okay. So I'm going to go through this real quick for those who haven't seen it. That's the generator. That's the 24 kilowatt generator. It's got a Kubota 4-cylinder diesel engine. And yeah. And there's the outside of the coach. It's a 45-foot Marathon Prevo conversion. That's the generator. I had the generator serviced over at Marathon when I went through there. He went through and serviced the whole thing. It's only got 2,000 hours on it. It runs great, the generator. There's the coach at Marathon in Florida, where I had him do that servicing. Here's when I'm having the tires put on. I had all new tires put on in California before I drove it back. I bought it in California. See how clean it is underneath? Bought it in California and drove it back. So it's never been in any salt. It's been in Palm Desert most of its life. So no corrosion underneath, no nothing. And so we'll blast through these. All new Michelin's on it in that picture. That's just before those are some headlights I can get for the front that I might get. Tail lights for the back. Then I headed here. That's the kitchen again. Shower, bathroom. This is where I have my computer set up now. I put a piece of plywood on top of that table and bolted all of my computer stuff and all to that. And that's where I'm sitting right now. And that's the bedroom. That's the cockpit. And again, all that's leather seats, leather dash. Outside shot, outside shot, outside shot. That's again the bedroom. Before I replace that TV with a bigger TV, there's another shot of that. Some storage. That's the over-the-road air conditioning bus air that it has, which was a very expensive option. And that operates when you're going down the road. There on the left there, that's the compressor for the over-the-road air conditioning. It's a huge compressor. And that's the Lexus, by the way, right there in the foreground that I tow behind it. Okay, the Marathon glasses. Some more glasses. That's all leather too. Even the back part is leather on the seat. There's the big TV I added. I replaced that other TV with a bigger TV in the back. It's OLED TV. Works great. And there's a TV I put in the front. So I've got a decent sized TV in the front and a decent sized TV in the rear. That's the ventilation for the batteries, house batteries. So I think that's about, oh, I replaced the ceiling fan in the shower with a high flow fan that I manually control. There it is. So I replaced that, the original one, with that. That's a 300 amp alternator that's oil cooled. There's the huge AC compressor that powers the over-the-road air conditioning, bus air. And there's the vents for that bus air on the side. That is some crazy stuff. All right. Well, anyway, that's enough of that. Put me back up here. Let me catch up on the. I just sent you pics of the Vet. Okay. I'll. What color is the convertible? Okay. I'll pull up those photos next. Looks like a 50s diner on wheels. There you go. So quality. It's a beast. Okay. All right. So let me try to pull up these Corvette photos. Oh, wait, you sent them on Facebook, I guess. Okay, let me find them here. Dun, dun, dun. And then we're going to wrap up pretty soon here. Wait, I got 3 Facebook windows open and they're not loading properly. Let me refresh Facebook. Refreshing. Get rid of this. You said you messaged them. Durr, here we go. Durr sent photos. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, let me pull these up. Give me a second. Remove that. And stop sharing that. Present. Share screen. Facebook. Here we go. Share. Full screen. I love this color. Now, the only thing I don't like about going with anything but black is I don't like the fact that this around the spoiler is the air intake in the back, how that's black, that trim is black, and there's black underneath the mirror. I just think that cheapens the look of the car. I would much rather everything be the blue color. I don't like when they have trim pieces like that default to black. It's like they're trying to save money, right? They don't want to provide all those things in body color. It's like with my LX, right? The mirrors are body color, but like on the new Land Cruisers, a lot of that stuff's not body color anymore. It's like black, and no matter what color you get, it's black. So that's why I would probably have gotten one in black so that all that stuff matches. It's just a pet peeve of mine that the stuff isn't body color. But even having said that, it's a gorgeous freaking car. Gorgeous freaking car in a gorgeous color. So let me see it where we got. Oh, wait. This is other stuff, I guess, that Durr sent me. All right. I better stop sharing the screen because God knows what's going to pop up. Let's see. You can have all that trim in blue, I believe. I don't know. I don't know if they'll do that. Maybe you can. But you'll notice that's been happening. That's a thing that's been happening lately with a lot of cars. Like even the Toyota 4Runner, I think, right? It used to be all that stuff was body color, the mirrors, all that kind of stuff. And now they're starting to do it where they're black, right? It saves them money because the same mirror goes on all the cars, right? Not a problem. But I don't like when something is built with regard to cost. Like, for example, this coach that I'm sitting in here, nothing was built with regard to cost. Everything was built the best way they possibly could at the time, with materials that they could source that were the best they could get at the time for the purpose. And the consideration wasn't the cost. It was what is the best for this purpose. And for what the person who consigned them to build the coach, these are all built to order, what they wanted, right? So that's how they build them. And that's how things should be built, in my opinion. Show the one with the Lambo doors. Okay, let me see if I can find that. Here we go. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, let me show that. I'll show that. Cool, right? Yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay. Yeah, that is cool. If you can't get laid, with a car like that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell somebody if they can't get laid with a car like that. Okay, I'm going to wrap this puppy up. It's been real catching up. Some heavy iron rolling around up there with the wrench gang. Is that thing made of composite? What are the panels, the body panels and all made of? Are they composite? Are they aluminum? What is made of what? What is made of what? Let me know in the chat, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up. I wish I could figure out what's going on with this camera. Why it keeps... Can I signal it to go back to the other thing? Oh, maybe this is a zoom. Or this is some kind of a signal. See? I can see the camera reacting. Some kind of a signal. Hoffman South Sub, wrapping it up. I believe most of it is composite. I have a bit of carbon fiber on it too. Will you be in Maryland for Steve's event this year? Me? Are you asking me? I probably will be. But I'm not 100% sure. If you're asking me. Are we all going to that again? Well, you didn't go the last couple of years, so it might be time for everybody to show up there and raise hell. Craig's camera has more angles on it than when I got my colonoscopy. All right, yeah, the camera seems to have a mind of its own. It's doing what it wants to do. I think it wants to have Carlos's hat included. That's the hat that Carlos gave me. I think it wants that included in the shot at all cost, because I keep putting it back on this other angle. Let's see. Whiteboard not detected. Please ensure that whiteboard. Okay, got it. I don't know what that is. Okay. So I wanted this shot here, right? But it keeps going back to that other shot, right? Because it wants Carlos's hat to be in the shot. So, and Sammy says, where is Carlos hiding? That is a good question, because last we know he was in Panama, right? But we're not really sure. Camera has really good high definition picture quality. It's not going to have as shallow a depth of field as a SLR, using a real camera. But this is one of the best of the actual webcams. That's a webcam. And it's got a 1/2-inch Sony sensor, I think. So it's got a bigger sensor than most webcams, if you will. And the reason I bought it is with the gimbal, so I can turn it, have all these different shots. That's kind of cool. And if I have the DSLR hooked up, or not, my mirrorless camera's hooked up. I had one on a mini tripod over here in the kitchen. Let me swing the camera around to the kitchen. Oh, here we go. I think it's this shot here. Okay. So just to the right of that shot on the cabinet on the right, I had a camera set up pointed at me, right, on a little tripod. But the problem is if I'm going to go down the road, I can't leave it sitting there. It might fall down. And so that's another thing I have to stow, right? Whereas this camera that's on the it's on my monitor, clipped on the monitor, it isn't going anywhere. It's just going to sit there going down the road or not going down the road. And the monitor's bolted to this piece of wood here that I put on top of the dinette. Okay, it is clamped. See this clamp here? Let me get rid of the comment. See this clamp, this heavy clamp? It's clamped to the table here in the front, and it's clamped back in the back. This piece of wood is going nowhere. It's clamped right to this heavy-duty dinette table that's very well made. It's solid as can be, right? And then everything is bolted down. See the screw here? There's the screw here, screw here. There's screws all around this keyboard. This keyboard's going nowhere. The mouse pad's going nowhere. Nothing here. The laptop's right in front of me here. It's got screws all around it. Everything is bolted down, including this. So I can go down the road, stop, go live. I don't have to break down stuff, set stuff up, blah, 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 blah. I could be going, if somebody else was driving the coach, I could be going down the road and be broadcasting live. It wouldn't matter. This stuff isn't going anywhere. So that's the why I wanted it that way. Let's see. Craig, we haven't seen you wearing your GS since acquiring your Rolex. I had this on the beginning of the show. You got to tune in the beginning of the show. Oh boy. This is my latest toy. I mean, of course I'm wearing it, and it's comfortable. It's very comfortable. I like it. It's balanced nice. They did a really good job on this watch. Rolex had to come out with something really, really nice for me to jump on it. And they did. They came out with a killer piece. I have always liked a gold GMT with the Jubilee bracelet. I've always liked that combo. I saw that original Columbo episode with Robert Culp wearing the gold GMT. I saw that back in the day when it in like 1972 or 73 when it first aired. And I liked that watch then, right? And I saw gold GMTs on and off, ever since then. And I've always liked a gold GMT with the Jubilee bracelet. I've always liked that combo. And when they came out with it again, when Rolex came out with it, I talked about it at the time. I said, that is a killer freaking watch. That is a cool, killer freaking watch. And I meant it at the time, and I still mean it. Let's see. Technology has come a long way. The last webcam I had, you could count the pixel in the image like it was a jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, I hear you. Craig, what internet are you using to be able to broadcast while driving down the road? It has to be better than just cellular. Well, I have the AT&T 5G home service. It's actually not supposed to be used mobile. It's supposed to be at your home location. But so far, it has worked everywhere I've gone. Fingers crossed, right? And yes, it connects to the nearest cellular tower, but it's 5G. And I get very good download speeds and very good upload speeds and a pretty good latency. So it performs pretty damn good. There goes my camera again. And so far I like it. Now I'm also next week, I'm having a Starlink installed on the roof of the coach as backup. So if I go somewhere where I don't have a good cellular signal and the AT&T 5G doesn't work, then hopefully I'll be able to use that. And from what I've heard, Starlink performs pretty damn good. So I'm going to have that as a backup. But yeah, having good internet in a mobile situation is always challenging. But so far, like I say, this AT&T 5G has been really impressive. Did we bring up the Land Dweller at all? It's big news. I hate the name, though. Yeah, we brought it up. that integral bracelet is for the dogs. A new video idea title, 45-year from Rolex to GS back to Rolex. There you go. Well, we'll do that, but you got to come into the show, okay? You got to come in. Craig showed the Land Rover. He loved it. On that note, we're going to wrap this puppy up. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks to Durr for showing the stunner, for showing that amazing Corvette. And until next time, do what you got to do. But get yourself some Bitcoin and put it in cold storage so nobody can take it from you, because people are going to want to take it from you. Trust me when I tell you, they're going to want your Bitcoin. So do what you got to do. One last thing. See you next Sunday. Yes, I'm going to try to do these every Sunday at 5. I'm going to try to do that. Craig, what should the punishment be for keying a Tesla? I think those guys should be charged as terrorists, because I think it is terrorism. It's an organized thing to try to influence the government and try to create terror. I mean, I think there should be serious consequences for that type of action. Yeah, I do. I do think so. So we're going to wrap it up. Somebody said, thanks, Starling, for the Starship RV. There you go. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next Sunday at 5 o'clock. Same bat time, same bat channel.